Welcome back to Pure Mind Think, friends. I'm so glad you're here today because we're diving into something big, something that's been on my mind a lot lately. Have you ever wondered what the future holds? I mean, really wondered? With everything going on in the world, wars, natural disasters, uncertainty, it's hard not to feel like we're standing on the edge of something massive. Today, we're talking about prophecy. Not just any prophecy, but ancient predictions from across the globe, including the mysterious Tui Bei Tu from China, Nostradamus from the West, and more. The question is, what do these prophets say about 2025 and 2026? And could they be pointing us toward a bigger truth, one that's been whispered through the ages? Stick with me, because this is going to be a wild ride. Let's get started.
Let's set the stage. It's April 2025 as I'm recording this. And if you've been watching the news, you know the world feels like it's holding its breath. Just last year, 2024, we saw devastating storms sweep through Southeast Asia. Vietnam got hit hard with typhoons 3 and 4, leaving behind loss and heartbreak. Over in Europe and the Middle East, tensions are simmering, and here at home, we're wrestling with our own challenges. It's like the earth itself is groaning, isn't it? And yet, amid all this chaos, people are looking for answers. Some turn to science, others to politics. But what if the real clues were left for us centuries ago by voices we've almost forgotten?
Take the Tui Bei Tu, for example. This isn't just some dusty old book. It's a prophetic masterpiece written over 1,000 years ago by two Chinese sages, Li Chunfeng and Yuan Tiangong. They served the Tang dynasty, and legend has it, they saw visions of the future so vivid they encoded them in 60 cryptic poems and drawings. Fast forward to today, and people are buzzing about Poem 49. Why? Because it's said to predict a massive shift, something that could shake the foundations of China and maybe the world, right around 2026. Let me break it down for you.
The text says, "Thunder rumbles in the valley, populations dwindle, wanting to seize the nest. Emperors call each other brothers, heroes rise everywhere." Sounds poetic, right? But here's where it gets wild. Scholars say this could mean China, yes, the China we know today, might split apart. The clues are in the wordplay. Valley minus people and mouth becomes 8, and small minus nest becomes knife. Put 8 and knife together, and you get the Chinese character for divide. A fractured nation? A federation of states like Europe? It's chilling to think about, especially when you look at the unrest simmering there now.
But here's the thing. This isn't just a Chinese story. Prophecies like these echo across cultures, like they're all pieces of the same puzzle. Let's hop over to Europe for a second. You've heard of Nostradamus, right? The 16th century French seer who wrote The Centuries, 941 cryptic quatrains that people still debate today. Most of his predictions are vague on timing, but there's one that stands out. Quatrain 10, verse 72. He wrote, "In the year 1999, 7th month, from the sky will come a great king of terror." People freaked out back in the 90s, thinking it was the end of the world, but here we are, 25 years later, still standing. So, was he wrong, or did we miss something?
Check this out. In July 1999, NASA snapped a photo of Earth from space, and the clouds looked eerily like a demonic face. Coincidence? Maybe. But Nostradamus also said that if another object appeared, this king of terror might be stopped. Some think that object could have been a shift in human consciousness, or even divine intervention. And get this, another quatrain, 877, talks about an antichrist, whose war lasts 27 years after 1999. Do the math, 27 years from 1999 lands us in 2026. Peace follows, he says, with angels and humans ruling together. Sounds hopeful, doesn't it?
Now, I'm not saying we should grab our tinfoil hats just yet, but when you line up Tui Bei Tu with Nostradamus, and then toss in modern voices like Parker, an internet prophet who's been predicting China's breakup too, it starts to feel like these aren't random guesses. It's like the universe is dropping breadcrumbs, leading us somewhere. Let's dig deeper. There's this other prophecy floating around called the Red Horse, Red Ram, or Shichma Hong Duong in Chinese lore. It's tied to the lunar calendar, the year of the horse, Bing Wu, and the year of the ram, Ding Wei. History nerds will tell you these years have a knack for shaking things up. Think about it. The fall of dynasties, revolutions, chaos, all tied to these cycles. The next Red Horse year, 2026. Coincidence? Maybe not. In China, they're whispering about a new era after a tough stretch in 2024 and 2025. Years of the dragon and snake, which some say are cursed with trials.
And then there's this guy, a knife seller who popped up in 2023 in places like Liaoning and Hebei. He's not your average street vendor. He sells knives on credit, saying he'll collect payment in 3 years, 2026, if his predictions come true. People call him a Sandao Ren, a wandering prophet. He doesn't say much, just smiles and hints at big changes. Locals swear these knife sellers have a track record of being right. Creepy, huh?
But here's where it gets cosmic. Some folks online, amateur astronomers, noticed something wild. In 2025, we've got planetary alignments galore. June and August 2024 already saw 6 planets line up: Mercury, Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. January 2025, same deal. Then February, Venus joins in for a 7-planet party. Historically, these alignments have preceded massive shifts: the 1911 Chinese Revolution, World War I, the end of World War II. Could 2025-2026 be next? When the stars align, it's like the creator's setting a clock, and we're running out of time. Okay, let's take a breath. We've got ancient Chinese scrolls, French quatrains, knife-wielding prophets, and planets dancing in the sky, all pointing to 2025 and 2026. But what does it mean for us? Here's where I want to get real with you. I think these prophecies aren't just about predicting doom, they're invitations. Invitations to look up, to ask the big questions. Who's behind all this? Who's holding the reins of history? I believe there's a creator out there, a master storyteller who's been weaving this tapestry since the beginning. The Bible talks about this too, you know. Revelation speaks of a time of tribulation, a final crisis where humanity teeters on the brink. But it doesn't end there. It ends with hope, with the return of the one who made us, stepping in to set things right. The prophets, whether they knew it or not, might have been glimpsing that same story. Tui Bei Tu sees a bright future after chaos. Nostradamus dreams of peace with angels. Even the knife seller's cryptic smile feels like he knows something's coming. Something good.
Think about it. If these predictions are even half true, we're not just spectators. We're part of the story. The chaos of 2024, the trials of 2025, the shift in 2026. It's all building to a climax. And I can't shake this feeling that the Creator's waiting for us to turn to Him. Not out of fear, but trust. Because if He's real, and I believe He is, then He's not just watching. He's coming back to rescue us from this mess we've made.
So where does that leave us? Right now, April 2025, we've got a front row seat to history. The next 2 years could be rough. I won't sugarcoat it. Wars might flare up. Nations might fracture. Storms might rage. But here's the kicker. We don't have to face it alone. The prophets saw the darkness, sure, but they also saw the dawn. Tui Bei Tu ends with civilization reborn. Nostradamus envisions peace. And the Bible? It promises a new heaven and a new earth where every tear's wiped away.
I don't know about you, but that gives me chills. In a good way. It's not about hiding in a bunker waiting for the end. It's about living with purpose right now. Helping each other. Seeking truth. Trusting that the Creator's got this. Because if He's the one who spoke the stars into existence, He's big enough to handle whatever's coming. And when He returns, whether it's 2026 or beyond, I want to be ready. Don't you?
That's my challenge to you, friends. Don't just take my word for it. Dig into these prophecies yourself. Tui Bei Tu, Nostradamus, the scriptures. Look at the signs around us, and ask yourself, what if it's all true? What if we're the generation that sees the Creator step back into the story? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. Are we on the cusp of something huge? Or am I just a dreamer? Thanks for hanging out with me today on Pure Mind Think. If this stirred something in you, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We've got more to explore together. Until next time, keep your mind pure and your eyes on the skies. See you soon.